Hey everyone, this is going to be your reading for May 6th. I cannot keep up with dates right now, y'all. May 6th. Which we're just going to pull some oracle cards. It's been so weird, so intense. I don't know if anyone else or everyone else is being affected this way, but me personally, I am. I know it's going to lighten up here in a little bit. Couple weeks or so. Yeah, but I also know that there will only be little breaks, and it will just continue to intensify each time it does get intense again. Yeah, I just woke up, y'all. I way overslept, like way overslept. I intentionally put Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, Sagittarius off. The reason I did is because the energies were just so intense. And Leo kind of came in at the very tail end, so they're not, well, at least the way I feel it, were not as intense as the ones I just named off. But yeah, I intentionally put them off to see if the energy would lighten up, because people can't really take the hardcore readings, and I get a lot of backlash for it. Interesting. That and it was super intense for myself too. Like, it was super hard to even just get up here and do it. Then one by one, shit just sort of started to keep me from doing the readings. I would sit down and I would just get a headache. And not a second before I would sit down in front of the camera, just like somebody was drilling in the back of my head to my eye, and another person was in the front with a hammer. So I got to drill this way and hammer this way every single time. And I would, I'd stop and I'd take medicine and try to lay down and close my eyes. And as soon as I would get the headache to go away, I would get ready to do whatever I needed to do, so that I could get on camera. And as soon as I'd sit down in front of the camera, boom. So, I feel okay today, considering. And I will definitely try to get everything out within the next couple of days. So the first card that came out was Door to Romance. That's why I said interesting at 33. And the next card that came out was the third chakra, which says Archangel Camule. I don't know. If I would have known this deck had archangels, I probably wouldn't have got it. Let's be honest. Deceit. How interesting that deceit comes over the archangel. As I say, if I would have known the deck had archangels, I wouldn't have got it. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Anyway, so the Door to Romance, I think it's so interesting that it's a bird cage, right? That heart is in, right? Here's what I will say. The energy right now, and I think I mentioned this the other day, the energy right now, you have people wanting to bust out and do shit just to do shit. People wanting to shake it up and just sort of experience different things, sexually and otherwise. I would be careful. Where I opened that door. Okay, for those of you that are single, and for those of you that are not. For those of you that are not single, you may find that you're wanting something new altogether, and you may find that you're just arguing a bit more with your current spouse. There's a lot of back and forth energy right now. There's a lot of manipulation going on right now. which is another reason why I held off on those particular signs, because they're getting hit really hard, and it's all a matter of perception, right? Always a matter of perception. And as I spoke about last week, a matter of reaction, right? So to clarify the door to romance, we have the Page of Wands in the reverse position and the Hermit. Okay, the Page of Wands, to me, yes, it's a little peekaboo type of card. Yes, it's a curious card of what's on the other side, but it's a card of freedom. It's a card of a... Page of Wands is very free-spirited, right? It's a very free spirit. It's very passionate. It does what it wants. It says what it wants. It just floats. You know, it just kind of floats. It's coming in the reverse as to maybe lock it down. Maybe lock it down. However, if you are one of the ones that has been far too conservative for far too long, you may be being called. Like this undeniable, whatever, like just can't even fight it. I need to do this. I need to do this. I gotta do this, right? There's something going on within everyone right now, right, that's going to push us toward our journey or throw us off the fucking road, the cliff. I was gonna say throw us off the path, but then they showed me a road. It was actually a gravel road, and then it turned to like the side of a windy cliff, and it doesn't have any railings, and just being thrown off the side of that motherfucker. Well, what happens if you're thrown off a road like that? You die. You die. That would be someone who couldn't get back on the path, right? And I'm hearing it's the end of the road. Was that Boyz II Men? Mariah Carey? Oh, the universe got jokes today. How funny. So yeah, the door to romance is open for those of you that have just been completely cutting yourself off. You may find that it's time for you to go ahead and unlock that cage that may be your heart, okay? That may be yourself, right? Go ahead and unlock it. Do what you feel you need to do. For those of you that are wanting something new, just to want something new, and it may not feel like that at the time that you actually want it, I would hold off. I would hold off. The energy, like I said, it's going to lighten up. It's going to get a little bit less intense. But at the end of the day, do what you got to do. I mean, you know me. Do what you got to do. But I'm really feeling like, especially with this Hermit card coming over here, I'm feeling in the Page of Wands in the reverse position, I'm feeling like it's pointing to people who have been shut off. So even if you've been in a marriage that you know isn't going anywhere, or a serious relationship, you know, because those of you that follow, you know how I feel about marriage. So a serious relationship, either way, single or taken, taken, and I'm hearing Tekken. Isn't that a fighting game? Like Tekken, isn't that like Street Fighter or some shit? Like some weird, really strange. Okay, so yeah, basically, as I was gonna say, you know it's toxic, you know you need out, and you know the longer you stay in those relationships, and this is not just romantic, this is any relationship that's toxic, friendship, family, whatever, it doesn't matter. The longer you stay in those types of relationships, the more hurt and wounds and whatever you accumulate, right? The more baggage you accumulate, the harder your heart gets. The more you start to shut yourself off from others and even yourself. Yes, you can shut yourself off from yourself. Yes. Especially, you know, there's a couple of signs that are super good at that. All the fixed signs are real fucking good. Like, that's what we do. We can shut you out in a half a blink of an eye. You think we can't do that to ourselves? So I'm really feeling like this is for people that have known they've either been cutting themselves off for a long time, single or not. The reason I say single is because either you really feel alone or you actually are alone. With this Hermit coming out and then the Page of Wands in the reverse position, these would both point to someone who is not free or is not with someone in a romantic sort of relationship aspect, okay? Now, this could also be someone single that is still like they want to open up to love. They want to unlock the gate, or, you know, set the, in this case, the heart, right, as the bird, set it free. Take it out of the cage. Open that door to romance. However, this Page of Wands in the reverse position indicates that there may still be some hesitation. And you see that the page is actually, you know, they're facing in the same direction, even though he's in reverse. So even though there may be some hesitation, it's kind of like he's still peeking over there, right? Like, you got the light. Like, okay, I might follow you from back here. I might not let you know that I'm following you, type of thing, okay? Then you have the third chakra, all right? Which is this archangel thing. The third chakra is all about feeling, okay? The solar plexus of feeling. Some of you may be having stomach issues as well. There's been a lot of health things coming up. So some of you may be having digestive issues, and I mentioned this the other day in, you know, as far as like our sensitivity, amping up in the mind, the consciousness, and of course that has physical effects, side effects on the body, right? So they're actually showing me something inflamed. This is common that they show me. I see with people, but I also see that it's a very common issue, a very common health issue. Okay, okay, that looks like colon cancer. Some of you may be going through that. Some of you need to go get checked. Okay, if you're over a certain age or even close to, and it runs high in your family. Okay, there's shit. So anyway, wow. Excuse me. This is another reason I haven't been able to get on camera as much, is because like when energy is this intense, as I've told y'all many times before, I'm not like everyone else. I'm not like your average reader out here, and you know, where they're just going off of cards. That's not what I do. And I'm not saying they're all like that. And maybe they're more skilled than me, or maybe they've been at it longer. I don't know. I've been doing this my whole life, like literally from the time I was born. And I do not know how to shut it out. I don't know how to shut it down. So when energy is this intense for me, it all comes in. Things that I don't want to know, things that I don't want to see, things that are hard to see, things that are hard to accept. It comes from all around me, you know, and underneath me. Now that I'm in a complex, it's like boom, boom, boom. I'm getting hit from every direction. And you can say shield of protection, and I do, and cleansing, and I do, and resting, and I don't. But spirit makes me. I think that's part of the reason I would sit down and I would get, you know, massive headache. But anyways, it's harder to get through these because everything comes tumbling in, which is not uncommon, but normally it's just not as much. Like I see faces all the time with these readings, and I don't say that information on camera because it's personal, right? So like when I open up, this is how it works for me. When I open up, everything comes in, and I'm very aware that everything is coming in, but I'm able to usually sift through everything fairly easy and like, okay, don't say that, don't say that. Sometimes I go to say it and then I'm like, no, I'm not going to say that, or I can't say that. Sometimes they're so pushy with something, and that's when you'll hear me say, no, I'm not saying that. Like I have to literally say it out loud sometimes. Like you can give me something else, I'm not saying that. So yeah, that's what all that's about. And this is one of those times. This is one of those times where it's just, so if you hear me and see me pause, it's like I'm probably seeing or hearing something that I'm trying to hold back tears on. Like I'm just being really real with y'all, okay? And that's part of the symbolism of me coming to you in your face, on camera, naked, you know, which is interesting because Aquarius has some nakedness. And if you follow me, you know nakedness doesn't mean anything sexual. It's all about bare honesty and truth. But anyways, this is part of the reason that I'm coming to you like this, is because it's very important. There's something very, very important right now, at least for me, to come forward to all of you in this way, symbolic of bare truth, you know, nothing to hide. Now, just because I may not say everything doesn't mean I'm necessarily hiding it, just maybe it's not your fucking business, you know, but you know, you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, I would definitely, if you are experiencing some illness, if you're not, if your bowels are, if you're starting to notice small things like your bowels not being regular, or as me and someone talked about the other day, you know, your face breaking out. Yes, it could be stress, but could also be stomach issues, digestion issues, food allergies, things like this. I'm also specifically seeing colon cancer for some ones. I'm gonna say ones because they're showing me them in a line. Oh God, it's so horrible. So yeah, that's on the health side of it. Go to the doctor, or clean up your diet, or do whatever it is that you need to do, right? Don't ignore it, okay? Because you can catch these things early on, and why would you suffer if you don't have to suffer, right? Now, I will tell you another reason why I put off Sagittarius, Aquarius, Scorpio, all the ones that I named minus a couple, is because there's a heavy message with incurable disease and incurable illness right now. This is going for mental, children that are born with disabilities, or even just people that are born with disabilities. If you're born with things that are not right, that they can't fix, right? Anything that's incurable. A lot of mental illness. And whether it's drug-induced psychosis, or drug-induced, you know, schizophrenia, or just regular old mental illness. What type of mental illness is regular though, right? It doesn't matter. There's a lot of that going on right now. So I don't know why I'm saying all of this in this video, but I assume there's a reason, because they're showing it to me like, and they're showing it like it's pulsing, like it's pumping, like fucking say it. It's really, it's like that. Like, okay. So, pay attention to the way that you're feeling, though. Pay attention to also to the way that people are making you feel. Okay, this is a 10, all right? This is not, you know, to me, I see the 10 as the 1 and the 0, right? The Fool and the Magician. So this is someone who's come back around. This is not, as someone put it to me recently that made me laugh, this is not someone who fell off the turnip truck yesterday, I think is what she said. It was funny. I never heard it. This is someone who's been around. This is someone who has a little bit of experience to go off of. This is someone who may be new to what's going on currently, but they're not new overall, right? They've got a little bit of world experience, a little bit of street smart, you know what I mean, to kind of get through enough. They know enough to at least bullshit their way, right? So that's what this is to me. That's what I'm getting from this card, especially that it's coming as an archangel. It's like, yeah, let's bullshit our way through here. There's a whole lot going on right here. But for the third chakra, I would definitely pay attention to the way that you're feeling. Pay attention to the way that others are making you feel. Pay attention to the way that you are making them feel. Pay attention overall right now, because there is so much truth being revealed, raw truth. And a lot of people are going to try to backtrack, right? A lot of people are going to try to backtrack and make up a story and like, no, it kind of happened this way. Nah, bitch, I was there. First of all, that's another thing. Trust your memory. There's a lot going on. Take this on so many levels, okay? Because that's the way the messages are coming through. Yes, this is on a 3-dimensional level, but it's also on a higher level. There's a lot going on right now. So you need to really get yourself centered, get your truth in order, and understand if you do or do not have a strong mind, and where you do and do not need to question yourself, and you need to be trusting your memory, okay? Now there's a lot going on spiritually, and in the real world that is changing, that it's like you need to be trusting your memory with. There's also a lot going on with people around you, right? So trust what you're seeing, trust what you're feeling, okay? Especially if you are a water sign, especially if you have heavy Scorpio in your chart, your fucking intuition is on point. Do not. Who told you? I'm telling you. Do not question it. It's fucking on point. Moving on. How is opening the door to romance making you feel, right? Does it give you butterflies, or does it make you nauseous? Or both, right? You can get so nervous that you feel like you're going to throw up. Okay, maybe sit with that. Ask yourself why. Go to a little bit of the depths of maybe why that's happening to you. Okay, deceit. Deceit. Like I said, interesting that comes out, overlooking, turning in the direction of this solar plexus chakra. Also the archangel, as I stated, many layers of messages here. I have a feeling this is why religious teachers and religious texts speak and read in the way that they do. I would say parables, but many more than just two meanings, right? And again, all about perception and interpretation. So yeah, deceit. There's, as I said, there's a lot of deceit going on. I mean, look at that dude there. Like, he just looks. Look at that. He just looks. Yee. He looks like a deceiver. Like he's happy to deceive you. Or happy that you're buying the bullshit. There's a lot of deceit going on. And is your solar plexus chakra deceiving you? Again, another message on many levels. Are your chakras deceiving you, period? Well, I think we'll get into that because I think y'all are ready for it. Is it time to remove? For some of you, not all of you. Some of you need to stay, y'all. Like I say, where you're at. If you're in the church, stay where you're at. If you're in the New Age community, stay where you're at. You know, so everybody, there's a place here for everyone, and some of you are not ready to move on, or maybe never ready to move on. Maybe you found your place, right? But for others of you, you may be noticing something really weird about the whole chakra situation and idea. We may go into that because it may be time for me to explain to you my understanding of possible implants. And maybe it's time to get rid of those. For some of you, okay? So, anyways, it is your feelings, we'll just say it like that, is your feelings deceiving you, okay? And is the information that you're being brought deceiving you, all right? Are your guides deceiving you? What are guides, okay? There's a lot, and as I stated, as above, so below, in the 3D and in other realms as well. There is so much manipulation and deception going on right now. Also jealousy and fear, but that's where these things stem from. That's where they're based, right? If you weren't scared, you wouldn't feel the need to manipulate and deceive. You wouldn't feel the need to lie and do these things if you weren't scared. So it's all fear-based, right? But this is what I find is going on right now. This might be a little bit of a long video, and I am going to try to shorten the videos because I feel like people don't have attention spans. You know, I don't know, but I don't know, it is what it is. To clarify deception, deceit, the 7 of Swords comes out in the reverse position. Okay, so this would indicate that deception of self. Okay, deception of self. But here's what I think is going on. So yeah, like I said, are your own feelings deceiving you about what's going on, especially when it comes to opening the doors of romance or staying in a situation because you think that you've opened the doors to romance. Take it as it would apply to you and put it where it applies to you. However, on the outside of that, the other side is like, if you understand that people are being deceptive, if they've shown you who they truly are, like I said, trust your memories, trust your fucking eyes, trust what you're seeing, and trust your mind's eye, man. Trust yourself right now. It's very important. Very, very important. If you're one of the ones that are not completely fucking batshit crazy and delusional, I don't know how you would know. I don't know that crazy people know they're crazy. I don't know. I don't know that they know that they don't know. I don't know. Someone can deceive you and do some shit only for so long. Only for so long. When you see it, when you know it, when you feel it, when you have proof, when it's put in your face, at that point, anything that they do that you... Look, we get stuck in situations where we have to play nice. Okay? It is what it is. That's the world. That's the world. That's life. But beyond that, if you're actually allowing these people in your life, and not just on the outside, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just off everybody. They're going to be there. Especially in, you know, certain work situations, living situations, or even situations where you may have like an in-law, things like that. You know, maybe your family that you care about maybe has a friend, you know what I mean? So we get stuck in these type of situations. But if you allow them to be anything other than what they are, then because you know that they are deceiving, because you know that they are deceitful creatures, if you allow them to do anything than what they do on their own, then it's you that's deceiving yourself. Okay? Should we go further? Why not? I was gonna say I'll stop and just do another video, but impermanence. Impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. All right, so that's the affirmation for today. One of them. All right. Let's see what this deck has to say. Two cards flying out over here. Protection. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. What am I telling you? Protection. This may come out a little bit deeper in the side. I don't know, because I don't know how fucking deep to take it and how deep to go. There's so much going on. I don't know. I know I've locked my home down like a motherfucker, and not like security wise or anything like that. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? On target. Follow your ideal life path. On target. Follow your ideal life path, which goes right along with what I was saying. On target. Trust your intuition. You're not crazy. Especially for those of you, you know, the other day how it was put to me is like, I was told, you know, you're too fucking intuitive. You're too intuitive to the point where you don't trust your own intuition when it comes to your own life. But here's the thing with that, man. You go throughout this life like me, man. Fucking walk a mile in my shoes. You couldn't. You fucking couldn't. I've been called crazy all my life. My whole fucking life. And I have been put in the mouths of the deceivers and the drug addicts and the molesters, you know, as many of you have, you know. And when you're told that you're crazy and you're trying to be, and everybody just like writes you off, right? Like, I don't know, man. It gets hard. It gets hard to believe yourself, but trust, you are on target. You're on target. Follow your ideal life path. If the spiritual path is your path, hey, you know me. Do what you got to do. It took me a long time to get to that where I meant it. Do what you got to do. And protection. It's interesting that they come out just like that. I mean, look at this. The door to romance. Third chakra, the way that you're feeling, okay? Deceit, protection, on target. Even deceit comes to clarify deceit. And it's kind of like I'm seeing that monkey on that meme. It's like I think he's smoking a cigarette. It's like, bitch, I know you're lying, but continue, keep talking. And that's how we doing them right now. And I advise it. I encourage it, because they're talking. They're talking. Let them talk. Let them tell it all. They are. Okay. 5 of Cups in the reverse position with the 10 of Cups. Okay, I love this because we're no longer being, this doors to romance. Things are happening. I have a feeling that's why it's so intense, and that's why we're being shown so much right now. And it can hurt. It can't. It does. It hurts. It hurts. The shit that we're being shown, the truths that we're being shown, it absolutely hurts. Because you don't want to believe that someone would be like that. You don't want to believe that someone would do that. You don't want to believe that this is someone's true colors. And as I stated the other day, people change. You're having a lot of walk-ins. All right, you've got a lot of walk-ins, whether that's depending on how you believe about a walk-in, right? Even if it's just, you know, whispering spirits in someone's ear, you know. Okay. However, we're being shown this because shit's about to pick up. Shit's about to change. Like I told y'all from the beginning, back in November, and then heavy in December. 2019 is coming with a lot of shit, man. And it's just, I feel like it's even barely brushing the surface. But what it's doing is it's like a big ass rake. I mean, it's getting rid of all the trash, right? In a really, really sunny area. So there's so much being illuminated, things being raked away, things being gone through with a fine-tooth comb. And what's coming for us, the truth and the people and the relationships that will be formed, the things that are coming for us, it's going to be great. It is. It's going to be amazing. It's amazing. Okay, split the deck with the Ace of Wands in the reverse position, looking over at the Ace of Coins and the Seven of Wands. Very interesting with the Two of Swords. Look here. There's a lot of opportunity being presented right now, okay? And as I told you, now is not the time possibly to go doing random shit, passionate shit. Don't just be going to fuck anybody and everybody. And I know it's real. Like, I know that the feelings are real, and I know there's things being presented. And I'm not saying like it's not the end all. Okay, but with the Magician in the reverse position, overlooking the Justice in the reverse position. Look here, with the Page of Cups in the reverse position. What I'm telling you is, not everything that glitters is gold. The offers that are coming are not necessarily the opportunities that they present themselves as, coming from you and from others. Those feelings, question them. Question them. Are you bored? Are you bored? Do you just want something different? Or is it real? Question it. Question it. Okay, the feelings, not the intuition. There's a difference. All right, you're gonna have to be evolved to fucking figure out and understand that one. All right, but there's a lot of injustice going on. There's a lot of court shit going on. This is probably going to come out in the other readings. I don't know, because I don't know how much to say. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of injustice going on. There's a lot of backdoor, weird, manipulative shit. All right, there's a lot of dirty, underhanded shit being played in the justice system right now. So that's for some of you. For others of you, there's a lot of injustice and lies going on, and overall things are just out of balance, right? They come to manipulate. They are very manipulative. All right, this is why. Look here. Me being me, in energy like this, I pull back. I pull back. I go with what I know and what I trust. I trust air and I trust water. I don't trust shit else. Why? Because we ain't got to say shit. We ain't got to say shit. Water, you don't got to say shit. You ain't got to say shit. You look at someone and you know. You read eyes, you read energy. Even if you're not super spiritually awake or empathetic or intuitive. That's just kind of the personality and the way that we are. Period. And air, same way. Same way. And as much as air talks, air knows when to shut the fuck up. And fixed signs, right? Trust Leo. Taurus, you know. Everyone's different. What I say about the fixed signs, you may not like them, but you're going to know where you stand. And to me, I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. But all this other manipulative shit, and I'm not saying anybody that's not that is a bad person or manipulative. What I am saying is, stay where you know you're safe. That is what I'm saying. Not that you wouldn't be safe in another area, but do you know? Do you know that you're going to be safe over there, or are you taking a chance? I wouldn't take a chance right now. Me personally, I'm telling you, It's too much shady, underhanded shit going on. People pulling information to use it against people and fucking pulling strings in the back door and using shit, and you ain't got no fucking business making other people's business your business, and all this shit I'm seeing going on in my dreams and in my... what I'm telling you is, do what you gotta do. Do what you want to do. Your life. I'm just a crazy tarot lady. But stick with what you know right now. Stick with what you know. Well, now is not the time to be making chances. Taking chances. 7 of Wands, there's a lot of challenges coming on. There's a lot of people that are trying to be in competition with you. And baby, I ain't in competition with nobody. I'm on my own business. I stay in my hole. I stay in my fucking hole. I ain't got time. I got too much to do. It's the reason I don't take on other people's shit. I got my own shit. I don't need to be a busybody. My life is not boring. All right? With this 8 of Swords energy coming overlooking the 3 of Swords. Okay? That goes right along with the first card that came out. All right? A lot of you are coming out of this and realizing that you need to come out of this. Don't get stuck there. Just because I'm saying stay with what you know and don't take a chance right now doesn't mean... I mean, that's going to change. That's going to start changing in about a week, 2 weeks, right? Yeah. But then we're going to get hit again. Then we're going to get hit with intense, energy again. And I don't know how that's going to play out. We'll see. We'll see. You know, hopefully it's not like this. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was even more intense than this. So, that is what I have for you. I love you all so very much. Thank you for being with me. And I will see you next time.